this might be record time for Team of the Season cards to be obsolete. And it's not quite that bad, but we have a bunch of leaks for Shapeshifters, and the cards, I mean, they look insane. Like, clearly better than most Team of the Season cards, and we'll go and talk about that. Somehow, some way, we have some open world FC26 leaks that we're not 100% sure are fully accurate, but we're going to report on them anyway because I think it's interesting to look at and talk about. Plus, we've got whatever the hell content dropped today that if you want more of a rant about, I ranted about that plenty yesterday if you want to go watch that. But if you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. The 82x20s, which they removed yesterday, you know, they brought them back today. And I guess before we get into this whole rabbit hole here, thank you guys for watching and being here. I don't think I'm going to have a main channel video the next 2 days. I'm going on a mini vacation, basically. I'm not 100% sure that that'll be the case, but I think it'll be 2 days. And then also the second channel, I will have the comments video, I think, for tomorrow. So, but okay, yeah, hey, look at this. 82x20s are back. I did not expect this. I think that this probably, in all likelihood, was not actually planned from EA to have them be gone for a day and then come back the next day. I think this was probably they saw the complaints and were like, okay, we'll release this again. And they might not have even decided that yesterday. That might have been a thing they decided a few days back, but I don't think if they plan this out months ahead of time, this makes sense for them to have a day off of no 82x20s. So this to me was a response probably to our criticism, and the V1 is basically the exact same. I think it's what, slightly better, like 1 or 2 cards better there, I think. And then also the 82x20 V2 is the one that's like better, but it's not repeatable still. Like, it's basically the exact same problems. Yes, they did make it better. There's no 90s needed. I think a couple cards less in here, but it's not repeatably grindable. It's, I guess, more so repeatably grindable because it's slightly better, but it's not like this made it really that much different. So this was probably a response to us, I'm assuming, and it's not though, because it's not going to be infinitely grindable like we would have been hoping, and you're going to run out of fodder, like you're just going to if you keep grinding through that, which is just a damn shame. We are in June. We don't need to talk about this again. And then also the evolution that came out today, guys. If you didn't see it, I can't blame you, but it was free, so you know what that means. It was fucking horse. I mean, this is one of the worst evos of the year, in my opinion. This gives your card a massive overall boost, by the way. Like, for example, my Saint Max here, this little evo I had from a long time ago, this goes to a 93 rated card, and it gives him 1 playstyle plus. And take a look at that card there. Now, 93 evos should be coming out. My guess is actually probably this Friday. We should see 93 rated evos, so maybe the change into there, and when it's out, there'll be a couple chains maybe you can make into here, so it's maybe premature to say it's horrible, but my god, as of right now, don't do this, okay? This is just, even though it's free, it's not worth your time. You might as well wait and hope for a chain, because that's horrible, and all free evos right now seemingly just get worse and worse. SBC content getting worse and worse. Please god, someone save us, because FUT Economist is destroying our beautiful game. But okay, let's get on to the leaks and the news now, and we're going to talk about the Shapeshifters leaked cards first here. And first of all, the loading screen had Harry Kane on it, by the way. You guys might have seen that, but it was like a preview of what his stats could look like, and this is what Harry Kane's stats look like here. 98 center mid with just ridiculous stats and playstyles. Like, this is one of the best. This is probably the best center mid in the game, or at least top 3, you would say. Now, obviously, he'll be very expensive, so hard to say, oh my god, power curve, RIP. Like, he's gonna be very expensive, but this is not the only card that looks like this good, and apparently there's a lot of Shapeshifters cards coming, so the power curve could be in trouble here. But yeah, what do you even need to say about this card? It looks ridiculous. Now, also, there was some controversy because Harry Kane just in Ultimate Team of the Season, so like, why add him in? There's also another player that was also an Ultimate that is leaked. We can talk about that card, I guess, next here, and that's this right here. So Jonathan Tah, goalkeeper, has been added. This is not official stats, by the way, but obviously he was just an Ultimate too, so there was some complaints about that. But up here, one we have not seen yet is striker Patrick Vieira. We do have his official stats, and we'll look at those in one sec, but yeah, there's quite a few really interesting ones here, and I'm honestly perplexed as to how some of these cards are even going to get better as we get into the summer, because take a look at this Olise card. What in the world is this card right here? 98 pace, 96 shot, 97 passing, 98 dribbling. To make a card like substantially better than this one, it's going to need a 5th playstyle plus and basically be 99 everything. Are we going to see like above 100 stats? Like, what is, I don't know what's going on here, but finesse, rapid, low driven, pinged, like 4 elite playstyle pluses and nearly 99 lines on all these, like the 4 major stats that you want to see. So yes, keep in mind this card is going to be ridiculously expensive, like the best one in the team, but just it shows you we have like futties coming up, and this isn't coming up soon per se, but over the summer we have futties, more shapeshifters, possibly another promo mixed in there as well. And like, how do these cards get substantially better? Obviously the 5th playstyle plus, but they kind of can't stats wise. So just interesting to see how they handle this, right? But Elise looks, I mean, my God, what do you even need to say about that card? Then coming up next here, we have CDM Cafu, who's got Anticipate, First Touch, Tiki Taka, Incisive, my God, as well. And then just, you know, amazing CDM type stats there. I wonder if he can play right back as well. I guess I would kind of go against the whole Shapeshifters thing if he could play right back anyway. But yeah, CDM Cafu looks ridiculous. Once again, very, very expensive. And also interesting, there's no word on SBCs. So once again, this will be a big week to see, like, if there's no big SBCs again for this week of Shapeshifters, like week 1 per se, we are looking at maybe just the complete phase out of SBCs, right? Because that'll prove that it wasn't just a TOTS thing, right? The 97 Mia Hamm here has a Tiki Taka, Intercept, Incisive, Pinged, 4 elite playstyle pluses, and an elite card, all above 90s and most above 95s. So yeah, and I don't love like really shorter, I mean, I guess what, she 5'7", 5'8"? She's kind of, I guess, usable height that way. She's kind of like Bonmati's height, right? I guess. So, I mean, gonna be insane. Not much more to say about Mia Hamm there. Next up, we got center back Lukaku, who's got Aerial, Pinged Pass, Anticipate, and Bruiser. And this card is gonna be nuts because Lukaku's body in game is massive, very girthy. Definitely feel him all over you, right? And yeah, I mean, just add him on as well. Elite dynamic image, by the way. And then last but not least here for official stats is Prepare Your Anuses, Patrick Vieira striker, and they gave him Finesse, Aerial Plus, dear God, Low Driven, and Quick Step. Patrick Vieira, if this card is going to be 6 mil, so not really going to affect you probably, but if this card's somehow like affordable or ends up being an SBC, we are all in big trouble because this card is going to dominate you. We'll see what his base playstyles look like. I'm assuming they'll be great as well because a lot of these shapeshifters have had like a lot of base playstyles. Yeah, I mean, you got this card plus like the Kobolds coming out. There's going to be a goalkeeper striker. You know there's going to. We do have word of a goalkeeper, or sorry, an outfield player going to goalkeeper. Another one besides Jonathan Tah that we'll look at next year. But I mean, good Lord have mercy. If you get this card, you are in for a very fun time here. And before we actually look at the other outfield player into goalkeeper, we do have Diego Maradona's official stats, and they're insane. He's a right wing, so it's not that much different at all, in fact, but rapid, technical, incisive, finesse, 99 dribbling, almost, I mean, an elite Diego Maradona card. You're probably not going to be able to afford him either, but these are his official stats there. And then also we have heroes as well that goes into our next player, but there will be Shapeshifters heroes as well with this card design. This is the loading screen, and this is a Belgian goalkeeper who is an outfield player. You might be saying, okay, well, if he's a hero, Premier League, that gives us 2 options. You have Eden Hazard or Vincent Kompany, and we know who it's going to be, and it is Vincent Kompany. So not official stats right here, but he is the goalkeeper that will be in the team. Now, if we go back to the loading screen here quickly, because these are not his official stats anyway, you can see here that they did not give him 3 goalkeeper playstyle pluses. So my guess is for this year, we'll be seeing max 2 playstyle pluses in terms of keeper playstyle pluses, and the other 2 will be like passing ones, like long ball or ping pass, right? He has long throw, and I think, is that deflector? No, that's far reach. I want to say that's far reach and long throw. So I think my guess is goalkeepers this year will have max 2 playstyle pluses, and then the other 2 will probably just be like passing ones, right? But yeah, there's no word on SBCs at all. The only thing we have is from EAFC News, who's not usually a leaker. He says big SBCs here and like the list of things coming. I don't know where he got that from, if he knows something that we don't, but other than that, there's no word, no teasers, no nothing about any SBCs. So we'll see, but I have a feeling that it might not be what people want it to be, because maybe this is just the future, right? I think that's going to be the case. And once again, don't open Rivals rewards tonight, because there are Shapeshifters in the packs, but obviously until Shapeshifters is out, they aren't in the pack, so you gotta wait till Friday at content time. But yeah, okay, on to the open world stuff next. We know it's coming out eventually. Now, Fut Latest is a guy who leaks stuff usually about the new game that is kind of like overarching things, not even Ultimate Team per se, it's kind of everything about the new FIFAs, right? And I don't know how reliable he actually is. I know he's been around for a while. I don't remember where he kind of is on the reliability scale, so take all of this with a grain of salt, right? But he apparently says he has leaks for the new open world mode coming to EAFC. We know it's coming out, but he says this: you will be able to Own your own house. Money. The second bullet point is just simply put money. Third one, go to shops and buy clothes. Kind of figured that would be the case. Fourth one, train on Volta-like pitches. Also figured that would be the case. Fifth one, own your own car. So are we gonna be driving around? Like, how big will this open world be? Because if this is true, that is ridiculous. It's like the city, like to the 2K city, but on steroids. And then also lastly, interact with online users, plus set up custom lobbies. So yeah, it might be like, you know how in GTA there's like invite only lobbies and stuff like that. We might legitimately have a map that's big enough to, yeah, drive your own car on it and also like have it be your own lobby, right? But what is there to even say about this, right? This is so, to me, overcomplicating what fans actually want. Now, I understand that they kind of want to, I think a lot of gaming companies want to imitate Fortnite right now and set up this whole like system where Fortnite, there's so many different things to do on Fortnite where it's almost a complete shell of what it was 5 years ago even. I think companies want to kind of start doing that with their own games where you can do more things in it. I think we just want better servers. Better servers, the delay to go away. I don't know. The simple stuff sometimes is all you need. At least this is just my opinion, my dumbass opinion. Sometimes the simple stuff is really all you need. And to me, this open world stuff that you know they've put insane resources into, you know this has been a crazy amount of work. You know that they haven't hired more people to do it, I'm sure. So it's taken away from a lot of other parts of the game, almost guaranteed. And this is what they have been working on for the past probably 2 years or so. Maybe longer than that, even like 3 years, something like that. But they previewed it like a year ago or so last summer. And I guess FUT latest is assuming it's going to come into the game this year. And it would make somewhat sense considering that GTA 6 is going to be in their plans. Obviously, they want to make a big splash with GTA 6 coming out in, well, now the spring. It was going to be the fall. Something like this where it's like, hey, there's this whole new thing. Come and try out, because I just want you to get on the game. If something like this drops where there's crazy open world shit, it will at least make you curious to see what it's like. Even if you don't like it and the novelty wears off within days, it at least will make you curious and make people hop on to see what it's like. And that's all that they care about. They want you to just see what it's like, because for you to spend money and stay on the game, you have to at least get in the door. 1 foot in the door will make you maybe curious to see what this is, and hopefully you stay. Is at least, excuse me, what I think EA is thinking here. So wouldn't be surprised to see this come in during this year. And if these leaks are correct, I guess this is inferring that it's going to be even bigger than the 2K city. And if you're not familiar with the 2K city, just go and take a look at it. 2K players hate it. Like the majority of them just want to play 2K and they don't want to walk around and walk to the places they have to go. But hey, man, I don't know. What do you guys think? This is something, I guess. You guys want better servers? How about a 2014 Toyota Camry with premium interior? If you want shitty tweets, you can follow me on Twitter. That was literally the only point in me showing you that. Now, also, the market is looking at how the cards are. Probably not going to do too well. If I had to guess here, a lot of these Ultimate TOTS cards that are pretty expensive, that any 3 playstyle plus card right now, I definitely get out of. Like, even the most expensive ones, I'm out. But even these other TOTS cards, I'd probably be very, very wary of right now. We've got 3 or 4 weeks of Shapeshifters coming out, 3 or 4 teams, massive teams probably. Yeah, you're looking at, like, long-term outlook is obviously very bad. We know that by now. But even like this Friday, I think you're going to see it go down maybe a bit, because there's going to be some cheaper Shapeshifter cards that are going to be very, very good, and everyone's going to want to use the new hotness. So I would probably say that, yeah, the market just, I would get out of stuff right now and just be out at the start of Shapeshifters. I wouldn't want to be in on stuff. Okay, we'll read a couple of your comments now, because obviously we're going to read all of them here in a little bit. But we've got Acedia, I want to say, says, I think the saddest part about this TOTS is that in EA's eyes, this promo is likely viewed as a success. EA only act when their profits are at risk, and their inaction during TOTS speaks volumes. I think the hardcore community online is simply a loud minority, and we have to come to terms that the game is not made with the hardcore community in mind. Having any faith in EA as a whole is a fool's errand, and it's been that way for over a decade. Now, this is where I'm very curious to know, what do the profits actually look like here in a little bit? Because, you know, during that November period of this year, they were putting out pretty bad content still, but it turns out that their numbers were way down despite them putting out still not great content. So I think they do is they probably don't try and rush to judge. They'll probably let TOTS play out, then see what their numbers looked like. If that was low, then they'll, respond to that or do things based off of that. So to me, I would be stunned if their TOTS numbers in terms of players and also in terms of the money they made was actually what they were hoping it would be. I would be stunned if they're satisfied with how much money they made and what the numbers looks like. Maybe they are, but to me, with how bad content was the last for sure like 2 or 3 weeks of that team of the season, because for the first couple weeks people have that hope of like it'll get better, right? It's gonna get better, and it just didn't ever. So those last like 2 or 3 weeks, I really am curious to know. To me, there's no way, but obviously that's me being hopeful that their numbers looked very good and like they were hoping they were going to. I don't think that it's possible that it looks like that, but I'm not sure. And even if the TOTS numbers didn't look great, how do they respond based off that? They don't have time this year, so does that play into something for next year? My guess is you probably wouldn't see anything different until team of the season next year. Like they'll know next year now team of the season's got to be slightly different, right? I don't even know. I mean, of course, it'd be cool to have communication with some people that worked at EA. They wouldn't tell us anything about profits, obviously. I'm just talking like what their goals were for content during team of the season, or what their goals are for content for the end of this year, what it is for the beginning of next year. Having all that stuff is something that even if you didn't agree with what their decision-making process was for some of this content stuff, and you knew their reasoning behind it, you could at least like understand to a certain extent. Right now, you don't know the reasoning and it sucks. So you're just sitting here like, man, fuck this, and then you don't play it. So I think EA takes for granted sometimes. The hardcore players also takes for granted like they'll come back no matter what, because they didn't in November. They know they didn't. They had the worst like beginning of a FIFA in a long time, and they realized, okay, we got to step it up. I really want to know what that looked like during this TOTS promo. If they just didn't care because it's the end of the year, or if the numbers were bad and they do still care and they'll think about that for next year. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Of course, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys all for being here and watching today. I love you all, so peace.